Hey there, this is Dr. Mort Orman, and welcome to another episode of Story Time, where we tell ourselves or we point out stories that we tell ourselves that aren't really true and therefore contribute to our stress. So today I want to talk to you about a story I call the Scarcity story. It's a story we don't usually tell ourselves consciously, but unconsciously, it's in the background of our thinking all the time. And it goes something like this. The world we live in, the best things in life in the world we live in are basically scarce. And there's usually not enough of them to go around. And therefore, you have to work very hard, struggle very hard to get your share. Whatever you get, if you amass a certain amount of the good stuff in life, that means some other people are going to get the short end of the stick. But basically is that there's not enough to go around. There's never enough of what you really want or what you really need in life. And this is, like I said, a story in the background. It actually gives rise to a lot of our other stories. So, for example, if you tell the story, oh, I can't be happy in the circumstances I'm in right now, that's coming from a deeper story of scarcity, which is that happiness is scarce, that you have to have the right configuration of things in your life in order to be happy. And there are all kinds of other versions of the scarcity story. I can't find a job. There are no jobs around. I can't have a meaningful life because X, Y, and Z. Whatever it is, whatever those stories are, they all come from a basic story of scarcity. And the problem with all scarcity stories is that few of them are ever true. I mean, we live in a world that's abundant, and here we are telling ourselves scarcity stories all the time. We live in a world where opportunities are abundant. We live in a world where love and joy are abundant, where happiness is abundant, where even money is abundant, where the opportunity to create value for other people is abundant. That's where money comes from. Everything that we really want and need in life is abundant, and we're living in this wonderful universe of abundance, thinking that everything is limited and there's not enough to go around. So this is a very, very interesting story. It also leads to a lot of anxiety because when you live in a scarcity story, which about, I would say, 90% of humanity does, then you're constantly worried about losing what you acquire. Like you won't be able to replace it. Or if you lose it, your life will be somehow diminished, as if there's not an abundance of other things to take the place of whatever you may lose. And that's a tremendously anxiety-producing conversation or story to live in, and it's all part of this scarcity story that we tell ourselves all the time, mostly unconsciously, and it's important to recognize it and become more aware of how it actually affects your life and your feelings and your well-being and the amount of stress that you experience. Talk to you next time.